Hello, everyone, and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to a new cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwebe, reminding all of our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365, and Star Times, channel 276. President Bola Tinubu has signed the African Union Convention for the Protection and Assistance of Internally Displaced Persons, also known as the Kampala Convention, into law. The new legislation provides a legal framework to protect and assist internally displaced Nigerians, prevent further displacements, and uphold the rights and dignity of affected populations. Sponsored by Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu and 6 other lawmakers, the law clarifies the roles of government and non-state actors in coordinating responses to displacement caused by insurgency, banditry, farmer herder clashes, and natural disasters. Kalu praised the president for signing the bill, describing it as a demonstration of the government's commitment to addressing Nigeria's ongoing humanitarian crisis. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has resigned his membership of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and joined the All Progressives Congress (APC). Confirming this in a statement, the governor's media aide, Nu Anka, said the defection followed his principal's consultation with stakeholders in the state. He also reiterated the governor's commitment to security and securing the northwestern state, arguing that it has become necessary to align with a political platform that provides greater unity, stability, and stronger cooperation with the federal government for the benefit of the people. According to Anka, the final deliberation leading to this historic decision was held at the Government House in Gusau, the state capital, under the coordination and leadership of Deputy Governor, alongside senior government officials and key political stakeholders. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has upheld the Federal High Court judgment restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from recognizing the outcome of the 2025 National Convention of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) held in Ibadan, Oyo State. Delivering judgment, Justice Uchechukwu Onyenaman ruled that the PDP failed to comply with constitutional and electoral provisions required for the conduct of a valid convention, including proper notice to INEC and the conduct of valid congresses in the required number of states. The court also held that the suit filed by aggrieved party members was not an internal party matter, but aimed at ensuring INEC perform its statutory duties. The case was instituted by 3 PDP members who challenged the legality of the convention over alleged violations of the 1999 Constitution, the Electoral Act 2022, and party guidelines. A section of the office of the head of the Civil Service of the Federation has been gutted by fire this morning. Although the cause of the fire could not be immediately ascertained, sources say it may not be unconnected with a power surge. Our Global Television will follow that development for you to bring you up to speed with outcome. Meanwhile, the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, DD Esther Walsin-Jack, has ordered a full investigation after a fire damaged part of the Federal Secretariat Complex, Phase 2, in Abuja. Walsin-Jack visited the site, saying the probe will determine the cause and assess the building's structural safety to prevent future incidents. She praised emergency responders, noting that the swift action of the Federal Fire Civil Service and other agencies prevented the fire from spreading. Now time to turn to other stories for you. President Bola Tinubu and First Lady Oluremi Tinubu have paid glowing tributes to Nigerian women. They celebrated their resilience and contributions to national development as the country joined the global community to mark the 2026 International Women's Day. President Tinubu used the occasion to reaffirm the federal government's commitment to policies and initiatives aimed at expanding opportunities for women and girls, particularly in education, economic empowerment, as well as leadership. As the world marks International Women's Day, Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas has reaffirmed its commitment to promoting gender equality and greater inclusion of women in Nigeria's political and governance processes. In a statement congratulating Nigerian women, the speaker described women as critical stakeholders in national development, noting their growing impact across academic, economic, political, and professional spheres. He emphasized that women have continued to break barriers and achieve remarkable milestones in different fields of human endeavor. The speaker also called for broad support for the proposed reserved seat bill currently under consideration by the National Assembly of Nigeria as part of the ongoing review of the Constitution of Nigeria 1999, noting that gender balance, equality, and inclusion remain vital for effective national development. Women participation in the politics of Nigeria, especially with regards to elective positions, has continued to generate concerns. Statistics show that elective and appointed positions of women is approximately 6.7%, which is far below the 22.5% global average. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world in celebrating the International Women's Day, Global Television's correspondent Zarau Nasir examines the situation and files this report.
Women in Nigeria's political arena face a lot of challenges, ranging from cultural beliefs, financial constraints, to lack of support structure within political parties. A politician and social impact advocate, Zainab Buba Galadima, highlights some of the challenges women face while in politics and the way out.
Well, there are a couple. Number one, it's the financial restrictions that women have, especially when they're running for office. Number two, cultural and religious barriers. Number three, lack of mentorship. So these are just the three that I want to talk about. Because when you're running, for example, for an office, there are some monies that you need to spend when it comes to logistics and other things that will help you with your ambition. So a lot of women tend to step back because they're not financially buoyant, and it costs a lot. It's very capital intensive.
Zainab Galadima also advised women to be courageous in pursuing their political career and come up with what adds value with determination.
Yes, they need to have that courage. They need to believe in themselves, and they need to come with something that adds value, because you can't just come out for coming out sake or join something without having to add value. It will be completely pointless. So I believe that they can be whatever they want to be with determination and courage, because politics or life in general is not just something that is not for the lily-minded. So you have to be courageous in whatever you do.
Stakeholders see women in politics should build strong, diverse networks and mentorships to navigate, overcome, and succeed in male-dominated environment. Zahra Unasir, reporting for Global TV.
Oh, thank you so very much, Zirao. The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has formally decorated newly appointed members of the Force Management Team, charging them to strengthen professionalism and enhance security operations across the country. Defense correspondent Kikelamo Kerry has details.
The decoration ceremony held at the Force headquarters in Abuja marked the official assumption of office of 8 Deputy Inspector General of Police recently appointed to key leadership positions within the Nigerian Police Force. While decorating the officers with the new ranks, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, urged them to demonstrate integrity, discipline, and commitment in the discharge of their responsibilities. He emphasized that the new management team must work collectively to drive reform, improve operational efficiency, and strengthen public confidence in the force.
In regard, I charge you to bring to bear your vast experience in strengthening intelligence-led policing, deepening interagency cooperation, enhancing operational coordination across commands, and reinforcing accountability within the ranks.
The newly decorated officers expressed appreciation for the confidence reposed in them and pledged their loyalty and dedication to supporting the vision of the Inspector General of Police in advancing policing in Nigeria.
This ceremony serves as a clearing call for all of us to prepare for the tasks and challenges ahead of us.
I expect the best, and we are going to give the best that will make Nigerians happy. All form of criminal activities will be fought headlong.
With the new management team now firmly in place, the police leadership says it expects renewed commitment to professionalism and improved security operations across the country. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
Oh, many thanks, Kike Lomo. In a different development, the Police Service Commission has denied allegations that senior police officers paid 5 million naira each to secure promotion to the rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police. In a statement issued in Abuja by its head of protocol and public affairs, Torti Kalu, the commission described the claim as unfounded and a reckless attempt to tarnish the image of the commission and the Nigerian police force. The commission also said the promotion of senior officers from Chief Superintendent of Police to Assistant Commissioner of Police followed due process and established guidelines. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has remitted over 1.5 billion naira to computer-based test centers that participated in the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination registration exercise. The disclosure was contained in a bulletin released by the board and signed by its public communication advisor, Fabian Benjamin. JAMB said the payment represents the 700 naira registration fee collected on behalf of computer-based test centers from candidates during the UTME registration process. Troops fighting insurgency in the northeast of the country have been urged to sustain pressure on terrorist groups as military operations continue in the region. This was contained in a press release shared on the official page of the Nigerian Army on March 8, 2026. According to the statement, the Army Chief gave the directive during an operational assessment visit to the headquarters of Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hardin K in Maiduguri, Borno State capital, on March 7. Adamawa State Governor Amadu Fintiri has imposed a curfew on Lamode local government area to curtail the deadly escalating communal crisis in the area. For the fourth time in less than 6 months, the governor is imposing a curfew due to the ongoing conflicts between the Chobo and Bachama communities. In a press statement issued, the Chief Press Secretary to the governor said Adamawa State's Governor Amadu Fintiri has imposed a 24-hour curfew on the local government area with immediate effects. Let's turn to Nigeria's northwest now, where Kebbi State government has cautioned religious leaders in the state against delivering sermons capable of inciting the public against the administration of Governor Nasir Idris. The government said the present administration has made notable contributions to the development of Islam and religious institutions in the state. It noted that claims suggesting otherwise were misleading and a deliberate attempt to distort facts and provoke public resentment. The Commissioner for Religious Affairs, Muhammad Sani Aliyu, issued the warning during a press briefing in Birni Kebbi, the state capital. Governor Monday Okpebolo of Edo State has settled the medical bills of a pregnant woman and her husband who are currently receiving treatment for severe burns following a fire incident in Ekpoma. This was disclosed in a statement signed by Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Patrick Ebujale. It was stated that the Governor made the intervention during a visit to the Ira Specialist Teaching Hospital, where he also paid the medical expenses of several other patients admitted in different wards of the medical facility. Quite a humanitarian gesture there, no doubt. This is Global Television and you're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. The rest of the news comes your way after this weather forecast, plus business, foreign, and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please do not go away.
Hello and welcome Temperatures are continuing to rise nationwide. From our ground observations, some of the highest readings are expected across the northeast, with Jalingo and Yola reaching around 42 degrees Celsius, making them among the hottest spots for today. Now, if we look at the heat index, it shows a growing likelihood of heat stress and thermal discomfort across many areas within the country. So it's important to take a few precautions. Wear light, breathable clothing, stay in a well-ventilated environment, drink lots of water, and try to limit outdoor activities during the hottest part of the afternoon. Moving to the forecast details, across the northern region, conditions will be mostly sunny, while the central state, however, we are already seeing signs of cloud development. As the day progresses, these clouds could trigger isolated thunderstorms, particularly over parts of Kwara, Niger, the Federal Capital Territory, some parts of Nasarawa and Benue. Further south, morning rainfall is possible over parts of Lagos, Ondo, and Ogun State. As we move later into the day, thunderstorms may extend along the coastal belt of the country, including Edo and Ondo states. And that's the latest weather outlook. Stay cool and have a pleasant day. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so very much for staying with us on the news. The second part of this news broadcast continues with business. The federal government says it is working to secure more crude oil supply for the Dangote refinery through the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited and international traders as petrol prices surge past 1,000 naira per litre in many parts of the country. The move comes amid rising global crude prices linked to tensions in the Middle East and supply challenges at the refinery, which recently suspended petrol loading temporarily. Officials say the refinery requires about 13 to 14 cargoes of crude monthly to operate at full capacity, but currently receives only about 5 cargoes from NNPCL, forcing it to source additional supplies from foreign traders at higher prices. Authorities have also warned that Nigerians may not see an immediate drop in fuel prices as global crude prices remain elevated and marketers continue to adjust pump prices. Meanwhile, the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, has warned that the pump price of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, may hit 2,000 naira per litre amid the ongoing Middle East tension. National President of the association, Billy Gillis-Harry, made the call in Port Harcourt while delivering a keynote address titled "Deconstructing Energy Trilemma," organized by the Department of Petroleum Economics and Policy Studies at Ignatius Ajo University of Education. The association urged the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited to urgently strengthen domestic refining capacity as a strategic step to shield Nigeria from the global petroleum market shocks. Still talking business, Minister of Budgets and Economic Planning Abubakar Bagudu says the federal government is exploring innovative financing options, including partnerships with development partners to support the conduct of a new national population census. Bagudu disclosed this during a familiarization visit by Chairman of the National Population Commission, Aminu Yusuf, who led a delegation of federal commissioners and senior officials of the commission to the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. According to a statement issued by the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, the minister acknowledged the financial challenges associated with conducting a modern national census, but assured that government is committed to ensuring the successful implementation of the exercise, while recognizing the cost implications of the exercise. Bagudu said the federal government is considering alternative funding strategies and collaboration with development partners to support the process. And now time to turn to stories beyond our shores. Head of the Catholic Church, Pope Leo XIV, has expressed deep concern over the escalating conflict involving Iran, warning that the violence could spread further across the Middle East region, urging an immediate halt to hostilities. Speaking during the traditional Angelus prayer at St. Peter's Square, the pontiff said disturbing reports continue to emerge from Iran and the wider region as fighting entered its 9th day following the United States-Israeli assault on Iranian targets. The Pope cautioned that the ongoing conflict is fueling fear and hatred and risks drawing in more countries, including Lebanon, which he said could once again face instability. Meanwhile, 9 days after US-Israeli strikes killed Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and plunged the Middle East into a war, Iranian clerics have picked the country's third supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Zahraul Nasir completes the report.
Khamenei's appointment was announced on Iranian state television, with the presenters solemnly reading a statement from the 88-member Assembly of Experts next to a picture of the new 56-year-old leader.
به خبر بسیار مهم انتخاب رهبر معظم انقلاب اسلامی.
Israel has launched a new wave of strikes, this time targeting infrastructure in Iran, as the expanding war sent stocks plunging and crude prices surging 30% on supply disruption fears. Saudi Arabia intercepted drones headed for an eastern oil field, while the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait reported missile attacks, and Bahrain said sirens were activated. The war came weeks after Iranian security forces crushed nationwide protests against the government, killing thousands. The younger Khamenei is considered a fearless hardliner who will pursue his father's rejection of dissent. US President Donald Trump has previously dismissed the Mojtaba Khamenei as a lightweight and insisted again Sunday that he should have a say in appointing a new leader. Zahraul Nasir, reporting for Global TV.
Oh, thank you, Zahraul, for following through with developments on that front for us. Turkey says NATO air defenses have intercepted a ballistic missile allegedly launched from Iran as tensions rise over the ongoing United States-Israel war with Tehran. The Turkish Ministry of National Defense says the missile was intercepted over the Şirinbey district in southern Turkey with no casualties or damage reported. In a statement, the ministry called on all parties, particularly Tehran, to refrain from actions that could threaten civilians or destabilize the region. Authorities say the incident marks the second time an Iranian missile has been fired towards Turkey since the United States and Israel began military operations against Iran on February 28. However, Iran has denied launching missiles towards Turkey, rejecting earlier claims by Turkish authorities that a projectile was shot down over the eastern Mediterranean. Let's go catch some excitement from the world of sports now. Super Eagles officials have dismissed reports linking head coach Eric Schil with Moroccan giants Wydad Casablanca. The Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, says there is no agreement between Schil and the club, describing the reports as false and misleading. The Federation reaffirmed that the Super Eagles coach remains focused on his duties with the national team, particularly preparations for upcoming international fixtures. The clarification comes amid growing speculation in some media outlets that Schil had reached a deal with the Moroccan side. Iraq's head coach Graham Arnold has requested a postponement of the country's decisive World Cup playoff later this month. Arnold cited travel disruptions caused by the escalating US-Israeli conflict with Iran as the reason for the request. Iran is scheduled to face either Bolivia or Suriname in Monterrey, Mexico on March 31. Russia won its first Winter Paralympic gold medal under its own flag since 2014 as skier Varvara was crowned Women's Super G standing champion on Monday in Cortina. Despite Russia's ongoing war with Ukraine, the International Paralympic Committee has allowed 6 Russian athletes and 4 from their allies, Belarus, to represent their countries accompanied by their national flags rather than competing as neutrals. Already a bronze medalist last weekend when she claimed Russia's first podium appearance at a Winter Games in 12 years ago, 23-year-old Varvara beat French silver medalist Auriel Richard by 1.96 seconds to claim top spot. Quite a brilliant outing there. And that's a full cycle on the news. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365, and on Star Times, channel 276. We encourage you to follow us as well as subscribe across all of our social media platforms using our Global TV NG, as well as other handles as you can see on your screen. I'm William Mofogbe saying a big thank you to you for watching. Bye-bye.